Welcome back, venturers. It's time for another discussion about VNs. I am Emar, and together with Tauros, today we decided to host the prestigious award ceremony for visual novels. To help us grant the Golden Tauros to the VNs deserving of such a prize, here is the translator extraordinaire Barry, for no one expects Spanish Inquisition. Welcome to the podcast. How and what do you do?
Hello guys, it's me B. I translate Nukigate. I'm depressed. Someone get me out. I'm here. I'm doing stuff. I'm rating. You know how it is, grinding.
You're on that Sigma mindset. You're gonna stack that paper.
What's
that right?
The next Bitcoin, dude? The next meme coin. We're gonna pump, dude.
It's good to have you, BarryBee. And yes, I'm Tauros, and we are here with the end of the year coming up to give all manner of awards to all sorts of visual novels that we liked and perhaps even disliked. So,
Good ones.
this isn't specifically going to be of any titles that released this year or that we read this year. This is more of just a huge, big VN award show in general. So, all of you listeners, feel free to think of your own examples as well if you have any ideas, and for you to reflect on your whole visual novel journey as well. So, with that said, let's get this kicked off. How about the first one, MR?
Okay, so let's go for the first one. What stays with you? That's the category.
Something that's stuck in your mind even, months after reading it?
Listen, and it has to be, despite a rocky start, and my journey reading that VN was very long, but I feel like it stays with me even longer. It has to be Amatsutsumi.
You've been reading it for months.
Yeah.
It's gotta at this point.
Yeah, but to this day, long after I've read it, the ending and the last route, the true route, yeah, it has payoff. It is good.
If it's Moege, I swear to God. Okay. What is it?
What do I have
I
to?
must know, dude.
Describe Amatsutsumi? Oh, it's the story about
Amatsutsumi. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't hear
Amatsutsumi,
it. So
yeah.
Amatsutsumi.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. I'm not gonna say.
Oh.
anything.
Oh, okay. Well, then what's your pick for the VN that stayed with you, Barry, huh?
I'm gonna please the people, and I'm gonna say Muramasa. It's like one of my. It's definitely the one that stays with me.
For me, it's a smaller title called Man Demon. It's got great atmosphere. It's the kind of title that really drenched me into the mystery and the danger involved, and I still fondly look back on some of its big moments months later. It's a great title. I loved it a lot more than I thought I would.
Man, look at that! It has actually decent art as well.
I can't even object to any of your guys' picks. All of them are great. What a way to
don't
start.
Don't worry, there'll be plenty of time later.
Definitely.
Let's do this. MR, who's best girl?
Oh, you had to do it. You keep asking every single time I read a title, who's best girl this, best girl that. The bestest girl has to be Leah from Rams. Bestest. Okay? She just wins. To summarize,
Yes.
she's from the first game, and she has a role of antagonist in that title, or at least villain to some degree. And after that, the way she resonates with the main protagonist with Rance is just phenomenal, in my opinion.
You gotta love those main character kinds of girls who bounce off with the great synergy, right?
Right, guys? I haven't read Rance, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I trust you.
What about your taste then, huh?
Okay. Normally, I would say a reminiscence character. However, I'm really biased because her design is coming. Okay, so to be more, to be more relatable, I guess I'm gonna say Mori-san Simon Toko Yoshinari from Sengoku Koihime Musou. There you go. It's like, I don't know. It's that character. It's like she's a girl. Well, girl. She's that kind of woman in the story that I just want to see all the time because she's always entertaining. You know, and
Mhm.
that's pretty much it. She just has the entertaining factor. You know, it's not a character that has ever bored me yet, or at least
Oh, high
that would be
praise.
my take. Yeah.
Nice. And as for me, I gotta go with something I read pretty recently, Hoshino Yumemi from Planetarian. I mean, it's a key work, it's pretty short, and when you only have the main character and one other character in the entire story, you know it's gotta be good to make the VN as good as it is. And I very much appreciated her character and her personality and the circumstances she was in, and she still kept trying her hardest, even in this doomed kind of future. I very much like that. Also, it was really cute how she's a robot and she had like little robot parts factored into her very humanoid design. Great character design.
Yeah,
Look
Tauros
at
is
that.
very
The
known
first
for
key
liking
appearance.
robot girls. Yeah,
It's the first key appearance, of course. It had to happen at some
it
point.
had to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. MR, start us off again. What VN had a great common route, much better than its endings?
Man, that was a difficult category to think of. But after thinking about it, and I had an opportunity to name a VN that doesn't really do character endings, but I decided, you know what? That's not in the spirit of that category. So I nominated Nanairo Reincarnation, because I feel like the common route in that title was way more engaging than the personal dramas of heroines. Now, just a quick summary. It's a title about murder mystery in a small town village, but that utilizes paranormal activity ways of detecting the crime. And the way the gang works together to solve the mystery from using all manner of different spiritual powers felt super cool. But the heroine routes felt just so inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. I much more prefer the central mystery to the heroine endings. Even though those were all right, some of them I really liked, but no, common route is still better.
You know what? I'll agree with you on this one. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Good one.
Ooh,
One.
Didn't know
I
you
agree with
read
that
it.
item. I did. Yeah. I definitely enjoyed the cover art more than roots. Yeah. In fact, I dropped it because of that.
Oh my god, that's a
Whoops.
whoops.
Hey, but I read a great amount. Okay, it's just that I got tired at some point. It was it was also tiresome that I just decided to you know.
Well, was that your pick for this category, or do you have a different VN in mind?
No, mine is Red Cherries from Crystallia. It's an untranslated title, but it's basically, how do I put it? It's Moege cyberpunk. Let's put it that way. And the common art is like really great. It sets up like this cyberpunk city, this cyberpunk vibes. You know, like there's violence. The protagonist is voiced, and then we jump to the roots. No more voice protagonist. There's action, but it's like kind of stale. The villains are memes, and the endings are shit. So I was just like, nah, there's no fucking way. And yeah, that game, like it had, not only that, they killed my waifu in the common route, and I will never forgive them for that.
Oh no. Unforgivable.
Yeah.
How
I
dare
mean,
they?
she was a villain, but I don't care, bro. She deserved to have a root, and they not only they didn't give it to her, they just killed her as well. I'm like, fuck off.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to take this in a much more peaceful direction with Nurse Love Addiction. Nurse Love Addiction had wonderful style, and the common route was of the main character trying to succeed in a specialized nursing school, even though she's an airhead and she keeps screwing stuff up and she just wants to sleep. And so the common route was really heartfelt, and it had lots of those slice of life moments. But then the character routes got into a lot of weird character drama, and we lost everything that made it so sweet and happy, and instead we got some really weird directions. And I was like, man, why did you squander all this good stuff? it's those character routes really killed a lot of my interest.
I
Yeah.
read that one unfortunately.
Sometimes you wish, what if they continue the common route and make a common route ending or common route? I want that.
Exactly, where you don't even need character routes of romances and stuff. You just have it be happy, just following that normal life, right?
So just like one route, like one story, kinetic. Sure.
Alright.
It doesn't work for everything, but okay. I'll roll with that.
But speaking
of wishing for different stuff.
Oh, yeah, then you had the same
for it,
idea
Amar.
in mind. Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay, no, I will
It
go
was
now.
perfect.
Fine.
Yeah.
But you go. Oh my god.
Okay. Most base Moege. Come on. Hit me up with it.
Most based Moege.
Yeah.
So I'm still not really sure what it means for a Moege to be based.
Just one that you like and you think it's cool, I guess.
Okay, I don't really read Moege, so in that sense,
Good,
I'm
good.
just gonna say Machikoi. And it's
What?
like, yeah,
No,
that's right.
No,
I don't care. I don't care if you want to tell me that, oh, that doesn't count or whatever.
That's
Oh,
Karage.
it's so
That's
much
Karage.
character focused and slice of life. No, guess
It's
what?
Karage.
You have amazing best girl there, Wonko. She is so moe. You just gotta love what happens.
Dude,
10 out of 10. She
for
makes it
those
moe
listening,
for me.
I don't know these people. For those listening, I don't know them. They are not true fans. They're fake ones. Look at them.
Based Moege.
We're gonna have a karate class later. Don't you worry.
I mean,
All right. Yeah. Well, wait till you hear MR. Huh? What do you
in a
got,
way,
buddy?
it's a very based nominate non-Moege for a Moege category, by the way. That's very based approach, I have to say. Now, for me, the most based Moege has to be Saku Saku Love Blooms with the Cherry Blossoms. That title was hilarious.
No
Hilarious.
way you actually think that's a good game. Nah.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Dude, I refuse to believe this. Oh god.
It was
no.
funny because I tend not to read any Moeges, and it just had enough of the supernatural that it was funny and kept me engaged. Otherwise, I would be so bored.
It's so tiresome, it truly is.
But don't worry, that title will come back in a different category. Oh, you bet.
Okay.
You bet it will be
Well,
good.
I actually know which category is gonna be. I can already tell, bro. I already know which one.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Anyways, okay. I will wait. Have I said mine? No.
No, you didn't.
I'm between two, but I'm just gonna say Hoshiori Yume Mirai is definitely a based Moege, I suppose. Like it's very good if you wanna if you have sleep problems, right? And you wanna sleep better. This one you're gonna fall asleep in 2 seconds. But it's the king of Moege. Like when you think of Moege, that's the game for sure.
Sure, that's a good thing when you say that it'll put you right to sleep.
Yeah, I mean Moeges are just meant to be boring. At least that's what I think. I mean they're not meant to be entertaining. It's like to relax.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, in a way, it's very based
it's
the way he described Moege. Okay.
All right. You know what? You're right. That follows what it means to be based. So.
I mean, besides, you said magical, which it's not even a Moege, bro. Come on.
It's the most based Moege. Put some respect on its name.
Oh my god. I will find
All right, here we go. What about weirdest premise? MR, what have you read with the weirdest premise out there?
Man, it's a tie. Probably the one that comes to my mind has to be Yamizon Revenger. But the second one I also had in mind is Evenical 2. Specifically the second one. Both of them are tied here. I still feel like Yamizon Revenger wins slightly because the premise is so funny to me of how the detectivistic work is inverted in that title. Instead of solving mysteries, you are a detective that tries to find out weaknesses of other people. So the idea is you are playing as a protagonist that made a pact with a demon lord, You have limited time to defeat heroes, and it just so happens you go to the same high school as those heroes. And you go around snooping during the day, trying to fish out their problems and or traumas to expose during the fights. That's such a weird premise. I like it.
Okay.
I see. So you're going for the shifting
I'm sorry,
expectations. Okay.
Subverting expectations. So yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Barry?
I'm for sure hentai person, right? Like that's. It's coming soon as well in English, right? I don't know when, but at some point it's going to.
Yeah, translation
yeah.
in the works for Hentai Prison.
Yeah, Nukitashi was already weird, although I didn't like Nukitashi personally. And the initial premises for Hentai Prison is cringe, but it's actually well written, and I enjoyed it. So I'm gonna say Hentai Prison for sure. It's like a weird, it's a weird mix. I never seen anything like it before. That's why.
For me, I'm gonna go with a classic. It's Faithuful Boyfriend. That's right. You're a human main character girl, and you date pigeons. You are going to a high school just for pigeons, and you learn all about Pigeon Academy stuff.
What is this? What?
Oh my god!
What do you?
It's
mean?
wait. It's an actual pigeon visual novel. Wait a second.
Yeah. You. Oh my god! You've never heard of Faithuful Boyfriend?
No.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
I've heard about
Wow,
it, but I didn't know it was about. I didn't know it was about like this.
Today's your lucky day.
Oh,
But
wow.
also huge points because it does get serious in the character routes and in the true route. It's got a lot going for it.
Oh yeah, it's a serious visual novel, right? I can see.
Very serious. Many tears of sadness, tragedy, joy.
A colorful cast of characters as well. I see.
All right, let's go in the opposite direction. MR, what about your Chillest Atmosphere?
Chillest Atmosphere. You know it. You know it. I had to pick Made for Loving You. It's the most chillest, laid back, just enjoy healing VN I've read probably. Yeah.
Which one again?
Made for Loving You. It's a play on words with
But
made.
made as in like MAID, like the
I
made
see.
person.
This? Okay, no. I get why. This company. Yeah. This company specializes in that kind of ambience. So sure, okay.
All right, hey, good. They know what they're doing. Then they got practice.
Yeah. They're the Moege Kings as well. I would say they're Moege Kings because they did what's the name of this visual novel? Well, it's a series, but holy shit. There's no way I forgot out the name, bro. Amakano, there you go. Holy moly. Amakano. Amakano. Amakano is like the best Moege. Here, like the best girlfriend simulator without choices, quote unquote, right? So yeah, I agree.
Okay, interesting. What about you? What's your most chillest atmosphere, Barry?
I was gonna say a cold visual novel for the memes, but it will get serious now. Probably Yubisaki Connection. It's from the same group of companies that Nekonian licenses from. What are the funny visual novels they release from time to time? What is the company? The company's name?
You are asking the wrong people, man.
Okay, well, either way, Nekonian release like Moeges that are supposed to be like extremely funny or whatever. It's from that same group of companies, and this one in particular, it's like your usual, you're a salary man and you live alone and you meet girls, but not only the art is good, right? I think the voice acting is the most soothing shit I've ever like listened to. It's actually like soothing as fuck. It heals the soul. So that's why it's probably my most chill experience of the year.
Nice. I also don't have too much in terms of a chill atmosphere. I have to go towards a smaller indie title called Carpe Diem Reboot. It is one with the main character and his digital AI girlfriend, and things happen, but a lot of it is still just in enjoying each other's company and the day, and it gets serious from time to time. But still, like I said, it's pretty. I guess you could say chill. It's slice of life focused.
Oh yeah.
How about the opposite of being chill? What about the best fight scene you've seen, MR?
Listen, I was about to nominate Fate Stay Night, because in Fate Stay Night, specifically on Fate Route, the very first fight with Berserker in the forest just gives me chills to this day. But I feel like Baldur's Sky has it beat on one end the routes when you fight your father. That fucking fight is just amazing.
Okay, you know what? Based.
Like those two fight scenes every single time comes to my mind.
You guys, we got some cheaters here who keep nominating 2 for the one.
No, I just said.
You're like, oh yeah, Fate Stay Night and the Baldur's Sky. I was like,
got Fate,
MR.
But Fate doesn't win. It's Baldur's Sky for me here.
Okay. Based. If you said Fate, I would have complained, but Baldur's Sky is based. So let's go.
All right, and you too, Barry. What's up? What's your best fight scene?
Okay. Now, I'm going to mention visuals from this company a lot, but I think there's this visual that was MTL'd and released on Steam called 2 Singular 46+1. The MTL is shit, obviously. The original is like really good, right? It's about this guy that time travels to the Shogunate era. Let's just put it that way, okay? To meet the 2 Singular, blah, blah, blah. And in the fan disc, there's this one scene where the 2 Singular fight the Shinsengumi. And that fight was animated with the sprites and everything. And it's like the best fucking thing I've like read in like fighting scenes. Like I actually had shivers reading that shit. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Very good.
All right. As for me, I gotta come out on top with the best. Yours can't even compare. We're gonna go back to Majikoi. We're going to Best Girl Kazuko's route when it's the fight between her and Chris in the tournament. It's one of those fights that there's so much emotion and meaning to it. It starts off pretty laid back, nothing special, but then the stakes rise and rise and rise, and things spiral out of control, and you're like, oh my god. And there's so much emotion behind it all. I don't want to say too much and spoil the circumstances, but it's definitely a standout in a title that has plenty of good fight scenes.
So you're telling me that Majikoi is fighting Moege?
Yeah, amazing.
Dang.
It's incredible that it can be best at both. That's how good it is.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh my god. But
all right. But what about the best action scene? Now this is different because it doesn't necessarily have to be a fight scene, and being action has a lot more leeway to it. What do you think, Amar?
Yeah, listen, I think for something that is action scene that stayed with me, oddly enough, I think it has to be Grisaya. There is an action sequence when the main group of characters is being in pursuit, especially by Apache helicopter, and that segment just stuck with me for being really cool.
High octane.
Yeah, high octane. It's not necessarily fighting. I mean, you don't really have a way to fight back, but it was chilling. Dang, I really like that one.
And you, Barry?
I mean, what do I have here? Yeah, Mavlab. I have Mavlab alternative here. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's just like taking aside the info dumps, which are boring as hell. Whenever they get into the mechs and do shit, that's like really good. Like it always on the edge of your seat, waiting to see what happens next. The action is packed. You know, there's a lot of super good production values. So I would say, yeah, best action for sure, Mavlab. Alternative, not the original is literally a snooze fest, but it was really good.
Lies.
What? No way you believe Mavlab original is good. No.
Love Extra is quality, and unfortunately, there's so many bad fans who can't appreciate it.
Oh my god.
All right, but you want to hear what the best action scene is?
Sure.
Yes.
This one, actually, it's a little more generous. I'm picking Witch on the Holy Night. I guess you could say the entire lengthy segment involving the amusement park. It's a little bit of a cheater answer because there's a lot of scenes. It's not just one action scene, but there's a lot of great stuff that goes on there, and it showcases Mahoyo's best parts. It is stunning.
You know what? Based. First time I'm gonna say based with you.
First time, you've
Yeah.
agreed with me on everything. You were like
No,
Tauros.
look.
Oh my god, I never
No,
thought of
look.
it that way before.
If I said I can say only based if I have read it, right, and I agree. So some of the ones you mentioned I haven't read. So, but this one I have, and I agree it's based. So it's a base pick.
To
Base
be
pick.
honest, I'm low-key disappointed in Tauros because I anticipating something like best action scene for Tauros to say, yeah, it was the H scene with Magikoi. To sneak in something from
Yeah,
Magikoi.
man. What kind of guy do you think I am? You think I'd say an H scene was best action?
Yeah.
Oh, my heart. Oh my god, this is what people think of me.
Yeah, apparently. And now you
How
can
could
change
you?
our mind by saying what's the worst/best ending. Starting with the worst.
The worst and the best endings. Interesting. As for me, if I had to pick the worst ending off the top of my head, it would definitely go to a lot of Meteor World Actor. It's such a great VN, and yet it just decided to leave all of their endings not actually ending. It didn't resolve anything. They just got bored and rolled the credits right in the middle of stuff. I don't understand. They didn't even try wrapping it up. But on the other hand, when we have the best endings, I'm gonna go with Fate Hollow Ataraxia.
Ooh.
It was super hype. It had a
Okay.
lot of interesting aspects to it. It wasn't just action, but there was also some character development too, and some unique sides, some cool art, great music, and a lot of things came together, and it was just a joy to blitz through.
Sure. You know what? I agree on that.
Yeah, see, look at that.
Yeah. I'm a Time Moon hater, not gonna lie, but that one is based.
What about you, MR?
Same.
You get double
Oh,
dip, your
yeah.
worst and your best.
You picked the ending of the entire game, although I prepared routes as the best worst examples. So that's kind of different way I interpret that category.
Oh, look at this guy getting
Yeah.
ready for with roots and everything. Ooh.
Yeah, because I was thinking about best and I was thinking about Muramasa, right? When the game thing.
What?
Yeah, I like the ending of
Wait.
Muramasa, okay? But
Do you mean best?
yeah,
You mean
best. Yeah, I started with the best.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah. But
Okay.
the moment I thought maybe if I were to nominate a route, then oddly enough, surprisingly, because I did not expect that whatsoever, it's Data Life Ren Dystopia that recently released. Because one character route from Kurumi, probably most popular character, just is so unique in what they try to present. Just to quickly recap, Data Life Ren Dystopia is a sequel/adaptation from light novel Data Life that explores a monkey paw scenario in which characters are trapped, and Kurumi makes the most egregious wish of them all because she wishes for the series not to exist, and it comes true, and it's crazy because by using that wish she removes the starting point of everything, and somehow they make that work. That was so cool, unexpectedly. I did not anticipate that to be so good.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
And for the worst,
Well, you started with the best ending then,
Yeah.
huh? Right?
yeah, and for the worst,
Okay, give us the worst.
I was so disappointed with Happy Maya ending for character Maya. It's the main antagonist, and she got her out. That doesn't happen that often. or at least not often enough. And that was such a disappointing ending. I know it was in the vein of what they wanted to convey, the idea of letting go, but I can't let it go. Make a better ending.
Or even better, just scrap the game and make a better one, because Happy Meyer is pretty bad, bro. It's a pretty bad game. Overall.
Oh, well then you want to share your opinions. What do you got, Barry?
Okay. Not gonna lie, bro. I don't have a worst ending. I have worst endings, which is everything written by Kinugasa. Fuck you, little shit. Fuck you, Kinugasa. You write like shit endings.
Well, they'll just leave it at that. Like, which titles especially?
I mean, all of them. Akatsuki no Koei, Yusei World Actor. Whenever Classroom of the Elite happens, that as well. Reminiscence. No. Everything. Everything, yes, basically. Never good endings, always shit. Always disappointments. And I read all of them, and I still fall into the same trap every time, but it's fine. One day I will learn.
Okay, where's the sunlight?
Now, the best ending. Okay. I have two. Sorry. I cannot decide. It's two routes, okay?
Oh my
One
gosh.
is the third route, Chikara's route into Shingura 46+1. That ending, had the game ended there, it was the end of a route, right? But the game is like linear, so it still goes. It still goes after that. But had the game ended there, I would have been a very happy person. Like that ending was really good. Like everything closes really nicely. Everyone is happy more or less, and there's like a bittersweet taste to it. But other than that, and then the best one, I think the one I even cried with that shit was the ending of Iris Dina's route in Sources Market. That shit was so good, bro, because I was like, the final action scene ends, and I'm like, if the game ends here, this is the worst game I've ever read, right? Like, fuck this game. And then she wakes up, she basically she enters into a coma. She's like the hero of Germany. She saves the country. And she enters into a coma, and then I was like, please, game, please give me her waking up or whatever. And then she wakes up, and it's like a peaceful scene, you know, like the birds are chirping. She opens her eyes and she smiles, and I was like, okay, that's it, bro. I'm done. This is the best fucking game I ever read. This is the best ending. Well, not the best game, but the best ending for sure. And yeah, that's it. That's the fine.
All right. Nice. Okay, new topic. In different direction. We've been talking about the stories about VNs for a while. So, MR, what's the most unique UI you've seen in a VN?
I have to nominate Cabaret. I feel like after thinking on it for some time, I think it has to go to Cabaret. It's a VN that is English original creation, but it's all about brewing tea, and holy hell that UI supports all of that. Probably the most memorable scenes is how you have to accommodate people's needs of what they want, or maybe don't know what they want, by brewing tea appropriately. And that will influence how bad or good relationships you will have with those people. Like, damn, that was super cool. And the UI was very unique with that. I like that.
And what about you, Barry?
Baldur's Sky, for sure. I was between two, either Love Passions or Baldur's Sky. But I think Baldur's Sky has more unique taste to it because I mean, we discussed about this before the stream began, but basically the UI changes depending on what choices you make, right? So I think that's like a thing that doesn't happen in general.
Yeah, wow, it changing along the way. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's why. Pretty much, it's very simple explanation.
For me, it's the small title, milk inside a bag of milk, inside a bag of milk, yada, yada, yada. More so because it's extremely simple. It's very blocky pixels, and it's an ugly monochrome purple and black. But it ties itself together to the VN so well because you are the voice inside a girl's head, and she has some issues going on with her head. So things seem a lot wackier than they should be, and I think its UI plays into that very well. I really like style and that cohesiveness between all sorts of aspects in a visual novel. So there goes my vote.
Hey, okay.
Chills.
All right, next one. We got a lot of these. We got plenty more coming.
What?
Yeah. Barry, do you have
What
any?
about let's see, as MR called it, the hidden in plain sight, and it's it's a name that needs an explanation. So we're off to a great start.
Yeah.
MR, take it away.
Yeah, it's a category about what VN had a twist or a revelation that was always visible or always on the screen. It had enough foreshadowing you could deduce, but it was hidden in plain sight, exactly as the category says. It got to be Amatsutsumi for me. This is the most recent example of that. And I remember fondly speaking with Ange, the one we keep having as a guest from Super Ange channel. Yeah, I spoke with him when reading that VN, and I had half the fun of that title was from me deducing what the hell is going on with that one character that became the best. Yeah, hidden plain sight, Amatsutsumi.
And you, Barry? No spoilers?
I mean, it was a really bad game, but you can more or less infer what happens. It's because everyone always spoils you. This game is always spoiled by someone when they recommend it to you.
Ouch.
So I was more or less spoiled at some point of what happens, even though the twist happens after you read like 40 quadrillion hours, and I'm like, fuck off already. But it was Sorcerer's Alive. That's the title. It's from Digination, which is a company that Shirabune has released games of, like Ryusei World Actors from Digination, if I remember correctly. But I think eventually they'll release it. I mean, I'm guessing they have translated, right? Like, this is my guess. But I don't think it's a good game. It's like a Moege with like a very diabolical twist, because it turns really bloody really quick. But
Whoa.
come on, really quick when it turns bloody, right? You have to read like 40 hours before, but you know. But it has like it's okay. Chills moments. And yeah, that's the here in plain sight. I mean, the story tells you. It's just that you decide to conveniently ignore it because you think, oh, you know, we're not gonna touch that shit at any point in the story, but you are. So yeah, that's what happens.
All right. For me, I'm gonna have to pick a title that's pretty relatively obscure. It's I.O. And specifically, they have a Route C where things are really freaking weird. It seems like you're just a disembodied spirit going through events with no rhyme or reason, and nothing's really making sense. But once you figure out some of the other details around it, and when you get to the end, a lot of it clicks into place, and you're like, oh my god, how did I not figure this out? Well, I didn't figure it out before because I was completely lost, but that's just me.
It's what's called a skill issue, okay?
It's very much a skill issue.
Yeah, but speaking of skill
what about
issue,
the title? Yeah, the title of just one more event.
Okay.
What keeps gripping you? Oh, why? Did you have something more to say?
Yes.
You really wanted to dig in that skill issue on me, Amar?
Yes, I mean, whatever. I'll reference the skill issue later, okay? Fine. The one more event, the most gripping award. I have to probably for this one, I have to read my notes, because my notes are literally all Venus blood or runs, I guess.
Whatever visual novel has a grippy feet scene, I guess. Is that what you mean?
No, I mean the title that makes you click one more event, stay longer, and in my case, since I chose those gameplay VNs that have very satisfying gameplay loop that makes me want to play more and more. And probably the biggest example of that would be Venus Blood Frontier, because that's the first one I got, and I did not anticipate how vampiric it will be on my time.
Haha. Nice.
What do you this about? Is it like an RPG? There's like a cocodrilo out there, right? So
Venus Blood Frontier is about
Yeah.
managing invasion. So basically, as an heir to the Demon Lord, you are tasked of conquering a nation together with your cousins, and whoever wins first wins the throne. Go. That's the story, and it has very robust RPG-like elements in their gameplay, and it was so fun to play. It vacuumed my time like nothing else.
I'll also mention, because my title has some RPG elements, it's Nausea. That's the one you play in werewolf in a sci-fi setting where you try to smoke out the infiltrators among your friends. And that one was another one. It was so easy to just launch yourself into another game right after the previous one finished and keep looping as you learn more about the people around you and you get more skills and you think, this time I'm going to make it all work and I'm going to get that ending. Nice. I really like Nausea. But that's a little different than what might be the norm for reading VNs of the stuff like just one more page. Like, what do you got, BarryBee?
Okay. I got a real visual novel, no gameplay, like the big boys. I don't need some gameplay to hook me, of course, because I'm a big boy. But memes aside, I guess there's a bunch of visual novels that have kept me like awake a long time. Right, one of them was Malov Alternative. I've had Miburo as well. A lot of them, right? But my favorite one, the one that I stayed like literal like whole nights awake reading that shit, was Sen no Hatotsu Kisame no Koki, which is the latest August release, I guess. And they released a main game and a fan disc. And this was one back when the main game was only out and not the fan disc. I think there's a translation going on for it. It's been going on for a long time, like 4 years. But if it ever comes out, I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite reads. It's amazing. It's a great story. Super hooking. Because it's one of those, I really like visual novels that know how to pace their moe and moe / like nothing burger scenes with their like action tense scenes. And that one does it very well. And you can tell whoever wrote that is very seasoned, like a very seasoned writer.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Nice. Okay, I'm looking forward to it too.
That's a cool example in a otherwise gameplay related and dominated category. So good on you. You did not have a skill issue.
It can't be
can't
be the Vision Novels Award or otherwise.
Exactly. But going back to the skill issue, what would be the Wimpiest Villain? Tauros?
We're going to Nausea again. Because there's one specific character, Rakio. When they are just trying to disguise themselves as the enemy, they're really bad about it. The type to really just strut up onto center stage and brag about how smart they are. And a lot of the game characters already don't like them. So sticking out there when they're a bad liar and you can easily smoke them out makes for like a round 1, round 2 pick off every time. What a wimp. Thanks for listening to me explain the gameplay mechanics of this.
Oh my god.
Imagine.
Yeah, well, what do you got, MR?
Has to be Deus Machina Demon Bane. The Wimpiest Villain is Dr. West. It's a recurring character, kind of serving like a villain of the week antagonist. So he keeps trying to foil the protagonist, and every single time he is defeated and comes back supposedly stronger, but then gets defeated. And the closest he got to stopping protagonist is he had to basically copyright infringement, because he copied the protagonist mech, and instead of Demon Bane, he called it Demon Pain.
Well, that's silly.
Yeah. So very comedic, very...
What about you, Barry?
Wimpy villain.
Unexpected pick. This one was a really hard one to nail, but I think a profile. It's an old Akabe subtitle where it's basically a nothing burger, and one of the I guess you want to call it in one of the routes there's this guy who's supposed to be your best friend, and I think it's he like becomes like a trans character or something like that, and the reveal is like really lame. It's like, I was trans all along, this and that, and then he tells you how he hated you all along, and I'm like, wow, dude, that's crazy, that's wild, I don't care. And then he tries to get into a fight with a pro tag, and I'm pretty sure the pro tag beats him, like with after like 2 lines as well. So it's seeing that it was kind of cringe, and it took 2 seconds to get rid of him. Then I suppose you can call that the wimpiest for me.
Ouch! Yeah, that's hella wimpy. And someone here, let's see, decided to come up with a really fun category, the blank award.
Wow, someone says humbly Tauros. Who came up with that name? Oh my god.
Yeah, actually, it was really cool. Here's a fill-in slot for whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, so this is
So, all right, do the honors, Amar.
Yeah, this is the empty category. Anything can win. Is basically the free space in bingo. The blank award goes to Nekopara because it has mates and cat girls. Go.
What more needs to be said? All right, BarryBee, you're up.
Yeah, Barry, now go. You can't stop my
Okay,
pick.
I'm gonna make someone very happy. I'm gonna say Magico is my blank award because it basically, it's not good at something in particular. I think it's good, like it's very good at some things, right? It's not perfect at any specific thing, but it's very good at many things. So I'm gonna say Magico. It hits like a lot of spots for a lot of people.
Nice, hell yeah. And as for me, I am going to pick Danganronpa because it was like the first VN I read, if you count it as a VN, and even if you don't, it was still the first thing I read. So there it is.
And that's why I invented this category for Danganronpa. Oh my god.
I was this close to saying I thought this was a visual novel award.
Yeah, too bad. This is the empty award here, so I can put whatever I want in there.
Oh my god.
Okay, I see how it is, dude.
Yeah.
I'll remember this.
Yeah, now speaking of Magikoi, what is the biggest disappointment?
Oh, good one, dude.
So,
I'll start. I mentioned before how I read Chushingura and Miburo. They're both from the same company. They produce basically historical dramas based on, it's like time travel historical dramas all the time, right? And this one, the latest one they released, which is the Gikei one about the Heian period, I was like, dude, I was hype. I was so hype. I was like, okay, we're gonna pop off with the Heian period. We're gonna kick some ass while being Yoshitsune and shit. And no, it never happens. In fact, it's basically if you copy pasted the Wikipedia articles in Japanese into the game and added some some sprites and voices, and that's it. It's so boring. It's so bad. And the villains were so fucking cringe as well. Like, no, wait. I need to calm down. The villains were cringe. The story was boring and bad. And then the music was okay. I think the setting was okay. And sure, you learn a lot of the Heian period, but at what cost? At the cost of your sanity, because the game is like 60 hours long too. It never ends. Other than that, yeah, I think that was like the biggest disappointment. I almost wanted to PMS for doing that shit.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. Wild.
That was as for your biggest disappointment, right, Amar?
For me, I have to go back to the title I've talked about on the podcast before. It has to go to Kamino Rhapsody. It has to be that. So, Kamino Rhapsody. Yeah, Kamino Rhapsody is from actually the guys who made Kamidori.
Oh, I know this one.
Kamidori was okay. I really liked some aspects of Kamidori in how you were an alchemist. Basically negotiating and gathering your anime party of different races and fantastical beings, each of whom contributed to your technological advances. Super cool. So Kamino Rhapsody had a similar prospect, and just execution is not there. You are a conductor, so there is a strong musical theme. Every single party member that joins you has some sort of a way to produce music. And there's no music events. No big concert at the end, nothing like that. Like, what the fuck? There's no payoff. What the fuck is going on?
No payoff. Oh, that's sad.
The best
That's
part
always
about
that
Kabidori is how much technological advancement dependent on you creating new crazy ideas of how to incorporate, I don't know, slime girls into factories. Or, I don't know, elemental foxes to forge a strong forge. To smelt some iron. Like, that was super cool. Coming in Rhapsody, you had so many different races that contribute to your supposed concert or chorus, and nothing happens with that. What the fuck? I was so invested. I was so disappointed. So, Tauros.
As for me, my biggest disappointment, was Witch on the Holy Night. Poor Mahoyo.
No.
Biggest disappointment. I talked about it. It had the best action scene ever. I was like, yo, this is amazing. This is peak. And then the second half of the VN hit. And I was like, wow, where did all of its magic and wonder and imagination go? It just went poof. I'm reading and I'm like, the spark is gone. Then they get to the ending and they try to make it all pomp and circumstance. And I'm like, I do not care. We have not gone anywhere with this. I am so sad. If only this could have been better. What a disappointment.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well right now.
Yeah, you're thinking it about Mahoyo, right? Right?
Totally.
Speaking
Screw you.
No, I'm not saying it.
Speaking of what
I will think negatively.
Speaking of what Barry is thinking, let's choose a category that Barry, you proposed. So Barry, tell us, what is the cringest drama?
The cringest drama. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh no, he
I
prepared.
have this was going to be very good. It's Unravel Trigger actually. It's one of the newest visual novels that was released this year from the company. I don't fucking know. I don't know the company. Indonesians are obsessed with it. Okay, with the artist and writer for some reason. I was told. So I have this friend who reads like Moege and other karage, and I tend to respect his opinion. So when he told me that this was like a very decent karage, I was like, okay, sure, we can pop off with Unravel Trigger, right? And sure enough, it has good production values, but holy fuck, this story is like so incomplete. It tries to sell it as like grand story, and then they don't have enough, like, I guess they don't have enough budget for text, so they divide the game into 3 routes, making the story even like more difficult to tell. And yeah, it just has like the main meme is that the protagonist has some drama with his childhood friend. His childhood friend is the evil character, right? That the character he needs to kill. And the reason she's like mad at the world and wants everyone to die and kill the protagonist is like she's so cringe. When I read it, that God, I was so close to like actually just punching the computer, just logging off because holy fuck, it was so bad, bro. So yeah, I say more horrible things about that title, but I'll just leave it there. It has a very cringe drama till the end.
Goodness.
Oh, damn, he went
my cringiest drama? Yeah, I know, right? He's kept this bottled
Oh,
up.
damn.
Oh,
My cringiest drama is once again with Meteor World Actor. One of the heroine routes is about her sleepwalking.
oh,
That's it.
okay. You know what?
Yeah.
Sure.
There you go. That's it. And she's superhuman strength, so that when she sleepwalks, she's accidentally destructive around her home. And obviously that's a problem. And there you go. That's the character drama for her route.
Yeah, Chiffon is cringe. I agree.
I love how... No, she is not. She is a wonderful character. I was really happy for her. I was looking forward to her route. But then we go from a story of being a detective in the city with cool magic and action scenes and hunting out corruption and stuff. And now we are running Errand Boy to fix her little sleepwalking problems.
And that sounds like Kinugasa, bro. That sounds to me like you haven't read enough Kinugasa.
I know, right? This was the first work, and I have learned my lesson. I expect this now.
No, you haven't learned your lesson because when I release the trilogy, you're gonna read that. Dude. You will enjoy it as well.
I am, and I am going to just laugh at myself the whole time. I can't be hurt anymore. I'm walking
You
in
better.
knowing what it's gonna be like.
You're gonna sleepwalk through the visual novel like shit.
Oh my god.
What have you got, MR? Can you top these?
Yeah, it's back. It's Saku Saku Love Blooms with the cherry blossoms. It has to go to the Cringest
Okay,
Drama.
I knew it, bro.
Because
I knew it,
as
bro.
much
Okay, give it
as
to
I
me.
had fun with the supernatural characters and their routes that were funny in between, they are the dead, the reapers that kind of fall in love but kind of aren't, and you have the main kind of character that tries to play the role of love fairy, but she's actually the Grim Reaper. The Cringest Drama has to be from the normal human route in Yuri route. There is no drama. Everything seems to be
Yes.
perfect. Everything goes so well. And then the drama hits because then that character goes to Protak and says, Protak, you're too good to me, so we need to split. Like, why? What?
Yes,
That was so retarded.
I knew he was gonna say that, bro.
That was so stupid. Oh my
Right.
god. That's no. No.
It's based, and you know it.
No, it's not. It was so
And it was
Why does-
Sigma. Dude.
Oh my lordy. Okay, so to wrap things up, we are now going to cap off with the most prestigious award we can give to one another. It is the best VN ever.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, MR, why don't you start us off? What is the best VN ever?
Sengoku runs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Unexpected, but
runs?
apparently deserving.
Yeah.
Sure. You know what? Sure. I could support that decision.
I think it's
It doesn't trigger me.
mostly because it's one of my first ones that I read, and it still holds up until this day. And it's the first one that I've experienced. If you imagine the meme of people reading something or experiencing something, and they want to throw their monitor out, and that was Sengoku Runs. They had a moment in the story that someone undeserving gets such a terrible fate, and you feel that injustice being done, and it keeps you invested. You want that crime corrected, and there is no way you're dropping that title. You're reading till the end because you hope for a better outcome. Yeah, it's Sengoku Runs.
Okay, that's very heartfelt. No, that's nice. I guess I'll mention mine. My best visual novel ever, Virtue's Last Reward. You want to know why?
Virtue's
Number
Last
one
Reward.
reason?
I think it's. I know.
Because it's got Luna, baby.
I'm sure of it.
Not even close. No. It's a great. It improved a lot from its original 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. It has a very interesting twist on the whole trusting each other to advance, so it really explores a lot of the character relationships. You have a lot of interesting, I guess you could say, political plays between the characters and how it sets up for their futures. There's a lot of mysteries that go on, and it's fantastic at using all its multiple routes to slowly drip feed you more information as you progress through, and it uncovers more questions, and it leads to more results, and it leads to more questions. It has the greatest flow I've seen out of any VN, and I really praise it for that. A very good title, still sticks with me. My favorite from years ago.
Okay,
It's a
right.
great
I'm seeing a
testament.
funny bunny here. There's a funny bunny here as well. Why not the
Yeah,
funny
put
bunny?
some respect on Zero Jr.'s name.
Oh, of course, I'm respected. I think he's the best looking character, at least from what I'm seeing here.
And if you ever read it, incredible voice acting work. Zero has some incredible lines and gives so much passion and charisma. But that's enough out of the GOAT. What about you, Barry?
fucker in the woods. I mean, no. I'm just kidding. Arno Shoujo,
Ooh.
the first one. Not
Ooh,
the
nice.
And the sequels are good too, but the first one is the best one for sure. I think it wasn't my first visual novel. It was definitely one of my first for sure. I read it with a manga game and translation back in the day, and I still think that translation is really good. It was like whoever wrote that shit knew what he was doing. Like it's good writing, right? I cannot attest if it's accurate or not, but it probably was. To be honest, Manga Gamer tended to be pretty accurate back in the day with their translations where they throw. I reread part of, not entirely, but part of the remake they made, which I dislike more because I don't like their updated graphics. Not gonna lie, I prefer the old ones. But I reread the remake Shirabune release with their new translation, and yeah, I still feel the same. I think the setting is it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite settings. It has to be the World War II. Haha, the meme, right? The weeb that likes World War II settings. And post World War II, which is current story, right? And yeah, it has like a very noir detective shit vibe going on from Japan, from the Japanese point of view. Voice acting is good. There's a map system. It doesn't hold your hand. I think the only complaint I had was that you needed you needed a guide to get the endings you wanted. But other than that, I think it's like a masterful visual novel. Plus, it has a very good prequel. It has a very Current Story 2 is not the best sequel you could ask for, but it's an okay sequel. And then the third game is also really good. It's coming out soon as well. So overall, yeah, just this series, like, it's amazing, right? And the first one, since the ending is closed, like you could read the ending of the first one and just say, okay, I'm not reading anymore, and be happy with that. So there you go. That's definitely my favorite pick. Innocent Grade makes really good visual novels.
What a way to close it off.
That's a good pick.
Damn.
Based.
Thank you.
Oh. And with that,
And yeah, with that, that's a good point for us to cap off our interesting and exciting awards festival here for all sorts of visual novels. Huge thanks to you for stopping by, BarryBee. Thanks for being part of this.
No problem, man. I'll give you my Venmo/PayPal later so you can wire me the cash.
You get paid by the hour, huh?
Yeah, dude. By the emoji. I get paid by the English emoji. So you better be ready.
yeah, we'll send you your both emojis and exposure that we pay you with after the recording.
Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, thanks to all our listeners, and we would like to see your lists in the comments if you want to share those picks of yours. Now, and thanks Barry for joining us here, and
VNture out.
Out.